So, talking about Daniel and the realization of the fact that I was lucky in knowing one of the creme de la creme of finance, of business, and then the creme de la creme of beauty, allegedly, supposedly, officially. I mean, this woman who won the Queen of Beauty contest. So, băi, nu strica acolo, măi. Ia dă-te jos. Hai, ajunge. He will put holes in the... Dă-te, mă, jos. Okay, I have to keep an eye on them too. Especially this guy now. Usually he's the one to escape. But now it seems he's the one making the holes. Băi, dă-te și s-am spus, gata. Termină, mă. Okay. Yeah, so, one of the richest and the most beautiful. Wow, what a life. Glorious, fantastic. A pity I didn't do anything. Finance, beauty, intelligence, and I'm doing these scrappy videos. But you see, maybe historians will look at the great woman. Well, I don't know if she'll reach the heights of the arts, but maybe time is not lost. We'll find this and it will be a good document to write about her biography and have generations learn about what a woman she was and how difficult it was to cope with people like yours truly. And then who knows what Bill Gates we have in the making in the next few decades. Ia, te duci tu acum, potolește-te. Termină, dă-te jos. So we had a group from Jordan to take care of, 2 buses, and I gave some hints already. I said to Daniel, look, my student, my pupil, how times change, eh? Like in that joke, we were so wonderful, especially me, but now it's so bad, we look so bad, especially you. So yeah, he was supposed to learn from me, but now he can teach terminal. The country maybe how to do business, because he is in the elite in the country in terms of making money out of food. That's another paradox. In 1990, once we went over, escaped communism and entered capitalism, I said, well, food will be a company to have in dealing with food, because people need food. Food will be forever necessary. And he had Dunny tours or something in mind, and he opened, I registered or something. But eventually he moved on to food, which is one of the biggest, maybe the biggest logistics distribution company in import. I don't know if export to company in the country in food, frozen, whatever, cheese, butter. Anyway, present everywhere. Carrefour, Mega Image. Okay. Food. And then I went on to do tours. We switched. So yeah, and I said, okay, well, we can do this. We can offer these guys something, and we make money, and it will be 60% for me and 40% for you. Oh, what? It's half and half. Look, my friend. Again, I will repeat this. I know I said, but I'm thinking I have about one viewer per episode, but it's an accidental viewer who has no idea what I'm talking about comes across this one and has no idea I said something. So I will have to repeat half of the. No, just this. So, okay, I never had any information from those I was sent to assist. Forget about sharing anything, 1% or too late. So be happy, be grateful. Uh, Maybe that was a wrong start, and it would explain why we had some tense moments later. I would be this. I don't know if it was fair. Let's say this. I see it as generosity in the extreme on my part, even if it would have been necessary to deal somehow. But as I said, in my case, the other guys did whatever they did without letting me know. I don't even know how I came across this after many assignments. So what we did was this: the tourist office would offer a special evening at the Poiana Caprioarelor, the clearing of the deer or something. And I don't even remember the local version, the local name, if it was that. And they said $20 per person, and we said okay, 10 or 12. It doesn't matter. About half or near there, so that it's very attractive to them. But still, to make a profit, you have to fix a price, and you can't say $2, and then you have to pay 3 from your pocket. Okay, so you see what I mean. But the problem was, so we fixed it. We said 60-40%. I don't even know if we. I think we did that. I mean, he accepted the notion grudgingly, but. And it's a fun fact at the end of this sharing. And at this stage, we talked to the driver. One of the drivers. We had 2 buses, but we didn't have all the people coming. So one bus was enough for those willing to come on our side trip, unofficial business, illegal business. It was communism. So we talked to the driver, but he wanted, I don't know, $15 per person. It's more than, not more than we took, but exactly as much, $10. I mean, an incredible, exorbitant sum. Drivers were a special breed. This is not racism, because it's just a category of workers. Dominant in privileged in a communist regime where, remember, animals, all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. So they were the ones more equal, in the sense that for the tour business, they were the ones working permanently. We were just doing this. 99% were doing this on holiday because they were students. I was special. I mentioned I interrupted 2 years, so I was available anytime. Part of the reason I interrupted was also this, knowing that I will get more business because I could cover periods when the others were unavailable, busier, which are also dead periods. I mean, in November, few, if anybody, comes to travel around. But still, that explains the presence in Poiana Brașov, the one I mentioned a few episodes ago, with problem with being called in the middle of the night to return, probably because of a Securitate, local KGB problem, issue, order. I never knew. I can assume, I mean, I can be sure something was wrong, 99%, otherwise it wouldn't have happened. So, anyway, drivers had a special power. You depended on their thing. You couldn't move. You couldn't say, let's do this trip and walk. I mean, again, 1 in 100 opportunities were like that. If even that, maybe 1 in 500. They had an established network. They had a very special position. And some of them were assholes, some were nice. I mean, I have this example, let me tell you. Chutaku, I think it was the name. He was famous or infamous for being pretentious, being an aristocrat. He would come at home and his wife would address him as, "Good day, Mr. Chutaku. Have you had a nice day, Mr. Chutaku? Mr. Chutaku," because he liked reverence, he liked pomp and circumstance. And shall I serve you the cup of coffee, Mr. Chutaku? Things like that. So there were something. I also remember this guy who was a driver. I think we had Israelis, and we had to take them to Timisoara, from where they would cross the border, and we would return without them on the bus, with a driver, evidently in the bus. And I remember that in Puerto Bracho, we had one night in Puerto Bracho, and I had to share the room with him, which was generally the case because, well, to save costs, because there weren't rooms quite often like here. Even if the regulations said you can and should have a single to sleep to be efficient in your work, not because party or whatever the travel outfit would care about you, really. No, they didn't. But they cared about you being productive. And being productive meant you need to rest, which you couldn't with this guy. For instance, at 4, I don't know, I woke up because he was snoring like a grizzly bear in rage would yell. And it was so, I'm not exaggerating, it was so bad because, and I have the proof in a way, because I went on the balcony. I mean, I was once awake night, and I could see that not the next room, but the one after that, had somebody who was, if not in panic, worried and unaware. What is that going on here? Is there, as I said, bear? He didn't say that. I'm just here. It's a metaphor, maybe a hyperbole, but not a big exaggeration, if there is one. And which was a problem for him too, mainly. He knew that. I mean, he said, "Look, well, I'm tired. I don't know how loud you can snore so that I don't sleep when I'm so tired." But evidently it was way too loud. Termina. He couldn't rest well. I mean, I guess there are studies which show that if you do that, then it means you have something or you can't breathe. Anyway, the fact is, I could see the effects on him when we came back. So while we went with group, it wasn't such a big problem. I could see that he was tired once in a while, and I needed to talk to him a lot. So you see, it's also what they say here, defect professional defect. Or people who are used to talking a lot at work sometimes tend to do that at home to drive crazy their spouses or something. For me, it was the other way around. I mean, traveling so much, I didn't feel the need to move and to talk for some time. I mean, I was friendly and exuberant and too much into the face of those people, maybe. I mean, but I liked it. Then I became something of a misanthrope in the second part. I mean, I hate these guys around here, man. It's just, I can't stand it. I don't know if you hear in the background. It's true, they keep making noises, they keep fucking with you, so to say, but that's the way it is. So on the way back, we left the Israelis at the border. They crossed and took another bus waiting for them in Yugoslavia. And the driver with me and another guide I think they gave, we were two buses, and I think they gave to the other bus an assignment to continue to who knows where, Cluj, something, somewhere else. But this guy returned to Bucharest with me and the other. And on the way back, he decided not to sleep. We were allowed to spend the night and then return, start in the morning and come back and arrive in the afternoon. I don't know, at 5, whenever that would make sense with the road and traffic and whatever. Even if it wasn't that bad then, it's of course very different now. It's 100 times worse. I mean, communism, you had no income, no cars, no nothing. You have some income and then for many cars. So he was falling asleep at the wheel, yeah. And I had to talk all the time and then say, look, how do you feel about that football match? It was a problem at one point because I didn't know what the hell to talk about, but I needed to talk to keep him awake, otherwise we would end up in a ditch. Ce-i tâmpitule? Ce-i?